Master your thinking. A practical guide to align yourself with reality and achieve tangible results in the real world. By Thibaut Meurisse. Chapter 2. Aligning yourself with reality. Do you wish the world could be different with no wars or misery? I certainly do. Unfortunately, the reality is that wars are occurring right now, and hundreds of millions of people live in misery. Now, what if I tell you things are exactly the way they are, even though it's not the way you want them to be? But I hear you ask, Thibaut, how can you be okay with the way the world is? People suffer, and that is really unfortunate, but it also happens to be the truth. Reality simply is. And refusing to accept that as a fact is not only a sign of insanity, but also a sign of arrogance. It's like saying the world should be the way we picture it just because that's what we want. Truth being said, reality can never be wrong. It has never been and never will be. How could what actually exists not exist? Now, please bear with me. Understanding the concept that reality can't be wrong is critical because when we fail to acknowledge reality for what it is, we live in denial. And usually nothing constructive comes from living in denial. Part 1. Accepting reality as itis. The first step to achieving better results in any area of your life is to accept reality as it is. Put differently, we need to cultivate the most accurate model of reality possible. Because if your model is flawed, you'll take ineffective or even counterproductive action and will achieve mediocre results at best. In short, the best way to play the whole game of life is to align yourself with reality. To win the game, you need to know the rules, or at least have a solid understanding of what they are. This starts by accepting reality as it is, not by thinking it should be any different. 1. Should versus is. There should be no poverty. All people should be treated equally. I should make more money. Have you ever thought along these lines? The problem with believing things should be different is that it can put you in a disempowering state. It can also lead you to overlook reality and only live in an imaginary ideal world where everybody is happy and successful. Now, I'm not saying there is anything wrong with envisioning a better world. I'm all for it. However, before you do that, it is important you take a sincere and objective look at the reality in front of you. Ignoring reality will not help you take the appropriate action. 2. Should versus could. A better way of thinking is to replace should with could. While should implies that things aren't the way they're supposed to be, could offers possibilities, not judgment. You can choose to explore these possibilities, or you can reject them. For instance, if you say, I should be working, it implies that something is wrong with the current reality of you not working. You're emitting a judgment, i.e., you're lazy or undisciplined because you're not working. On the other hand, if you say, I could be working, you accept the reality that you're not currently working. Then you're inviting yourself to work if you choose to. Can you see the difference between the two statements? The point is, you can should yourself as much as you want, but it won't help. It will only lead you to feel guilty. Therefore, start noticing whenever you use the word should, then try using could instead and see how it makes you feel. Below are examples of the way our thinking can change based on whether we use should or could. I should be married. Something is wrong with me for not being married. I could be married. At my age, many people are married, but I'm not. I may choose to get married at some stage in the future, but I may also choose not to get married at all if that's not something I want. I should be making more money. Something is wrong with me for not being able to make more money. The world is unfair to me. I could be making more money. I'm not making as much money as I want right now, but there are things I can do, starting today, that will help me generate more money in the future, such as asking for a raise, changing career, or creating my own business. There should be no war. Something is wrong with the world. It's a violent place. It should be peaceful. There could be no war. If we work toward developing a more peaceful society, perhaps in the future, wars might disappear or occur less frequently. The bottom line is, in order to develop an accurate model of reality, you must accept that things are exactly the way they're supposed to be right now, whether you like it or not. This is the first step. accepting reality as it is. Then once you recognize things are the way they are, you can start envisioning a better future and create a blueprint to improve things you wish would be different.